All right, busy day ahead. Kids have been dropped off. At 10 o'clock, I'm gonna go do my PT session with my trainer Adam. Then I'm gonna pick up Dan Alexander, the legendary recruitment trainer. He's here for a couple of days, see what we can cook up together. And I'm gonna bring Dan to Spain tonight to do a bit of Jiu-Jitsu. He's done a bit of martial arts in the past. Loads of recruitment founders do some form of martial arts. We have a very stressful job, and for me, it takes me away from all of that. I am not the dad, business owner, husband. I go in there and it's just something I do for an hour and a half, 3 times a week, and I build my whole week around it then. So I'll have 3 personal training sessions where I'm lifting weights. I'm doing 3 martial arts sessions, and I find that between those 6 sessions, I'm able to keep my mind and my stress levels really intact and just to be happy and healthy. I think all founders, people should try and find some type of an outlet. I think some of the things that, from a man's perspective, it definitely helps us keep our egos in check. So when you don't have a boss and you're in your own space and in your own head, it's very hard to keep yourself in check and to measure yourself. So if you go into a room where you know you have to survive for an hour and a half, 3 times a week, it means that the rest of your week you're lifting weights to get a bit stronger. Maybe you're not having that extra glass of wine or that glass of wine with dinner. Maybe you're not going out on a Thursday night, and you're kind of keeping yourself even throughout. I tend to do 2 competitions a year. Those help me go off the booze and watch what I eat, diet, become more disciplined, and to have something really focused to go for. It hasn't been plain sailing for me. I'm not a natural at this. I did some judo as a kid, and that's kind of come easy enough, but Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu physically I find very demanding, but I love it. And you know, I've had injuries, I've had to work through them. My ribs are constantly sore, my fingers are not in great shape from it, and I just feel sore all the time, but I love it. I can't explain why I get such a buzz out of it, but I do. And it is the single best thing that keeps me going throughout the week. And I suggest you go to your local gym and give it a try. I'll try and get some footage tonight when we go over to Spain. I think I mentioned before, we don't have our association quite here yet for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Gibraltar, so we go into the Spanish club and it is in Spanish, so it's a different vibe. I'm sure Dan is going to have a great experience this evening.
I'm gonna go and pick up Dan Alexander from the airport now. Everything in Gibraltar is 5 minutes away, so an airport trip is not a big deal. One of the interesting things here is that the airport, the runway is basically an area you can walk through to get to Spain. There's one way in, one way out of Gibraltar, so I'll show you some footage of that. It's very bizarre to have traffic on a runway, and yes, we're going to go get him now. He's just come in on EasyJet. There's only like a few flights. There's always a territorial dispute between Gibraltar and Spain. So a funny fact is that no flights leave Gibraltar to Spain anywhere. So the only places you can really get from Gibraltar are major UK airports. All right, so we just picked up Dan. Good flight?
Yeah, it's good. I thought we were going to land in the sea.
Have you come in from Gatwick?
Yeah.
All right, cool. 3-hour flight, and luckily he didn't get diverted to Malaga, which could have happened.
Does that happen?
There's too much wind, yeah. No. So you can see the rock there in the background. The weather's terrible, but gonna do a wee spin around the rock. What's first impressions?
Good, good. I was expecting more sun, I'm not gonna lie. No, but so far so good.
Alright. So gonna get catch up with Charlotte after her gym session. Take a wee spin around the rock, go for a wee bit of lunch, and you all ready to do jiu-jitsu tonight?
Oh yeah.
Come back on?
Oh yeah.
Alright, there we go. Alright, here we are in La Linea, the line. It's on the other side of Gibraltar, in what can only be described as a bit of a slum. So we're going to go and do a wee bit of training here now. We're late because the traffic was brutal. This is 𝐂𝐊, the jiu-jitsu club that I trained at. They also do a wee bit of kickboxing as well. So we just go in and get some action points, have a bit of crack. Here we are. How you feeling? You ready? The big man.
I'm fucking shattered.